Hello and welcome for today's Not to Know program. We traveled to Rutana province where thousands of Burundians were deported from Tanzania during the last few months. This was an operation carried out by Tanzanian government, claiming there is high insecurity in some specific regions within the territory. Rutana is a province with 20,894 inhabitants. For this period, more than 13,000 were deported to this province, raising an appalling condition how they can relocate them and have a better sanitation. Because of the poor sanitation in the process, cases of cholera outbreak had been had in this province. Most of the deported ones are illiterate, hence raising questions if they ever know their rights or if they need to have any identification to be in a certain country. When I asked one of them how old she was, the answer was Paul Nyandwi is 35 years old, married to a Tanzanian woman, was deported, leaving behind his family. He explains.
Nitwa Paulo, indi naryo Nyandwi. Jewe baba ni Murundi. Sasa kwa Murundi mama
I'm called Paul Nyandwi. My father is a Burundian, but my mother is from Kigoma, Tanzania. I have a wife and 2 children left back there. My wife is a Tanzanian. She stayed there with the children. If you are a Burundian, you are deported. So that is how it was. Even the folks are deported. In Igasuru, they have arrested many Burundians, and most of them will serve 9 months in jail. We have come running, sleeping in the forest until we got here. In deporting us, they said Burundians should go back to Burundi. And the 4 Rwandese, they call them the Sukuma. They have a lot of cattle. They are only obliged to take them, but leaving behind the calves.
Sasa na umenya rero wenu rya raisi wa Tanzania nani Kikwete integura ariko amana yavuze nka umunani munyarwanda.
We don't know President Kikwete's plans because he said Rwandese and the Burundians should go back. I'm a farmer. I had a 2-meter cassava garden and I harvested 40 sacks of maize recently, but not even one I came along with. I only came with only this cloth I'm wearing. If you have any luggage, they put you under arrest. If you don't know how to express yourself, and after they ask you to sing Tanzania national anthem. If you don't, then they conclude that you are a Burundian. They can even recognize you by appearance. We really need the government to help us, at least provide shelter, because we are here. We don't even have where to sleep, even to ask for a job. In the neighborhood, it's impossible because they are poor.
Fabiano is a young Burundian man also married to a Tanzanian lady. He came along with his wife, as he explained.
None tuje twirukanywe none ubona gute none igihugu cha Tanzania n'igihugu cy'u Burundi ko numva ngo byari yunze ngo biri muri Africa sijui ni community mbere. Sasa none ubona gute none turosha twishwa n'inzara ngaha mu gihugu
I've come running from Tanzania, but we had Burundi and Tanzania and the East African community now. What this? We asked both government to help and let us get our properties from Tanzania because here we are starving. I went there to look for money, so I found it better place and I brought along my child and wife. But my wife is a Tanzanian. I came along with her. I've left many things there. My house and cassava plantation. I've just come as I am, nothing else.
Muri Tanzania, twarayagutse.
I bought a land in Tanzania for cultivation. There it doesn't need land title or any document, but only eyewitnesses. I heard the Rwandan president and the Tanzanian counterparts got a bone to pick. Even the Kagera region, Rwandese were also deported, and they leave everything behind. You know, they come early in the morning and ask you some questions regarding the Tanzanian tradition, and if you fail to answer, they deport you. Questions like Tanzanian president and many more. My wife is here.
Why? Because I love him. We have one child. I decided to follow my husband. They ask you to stay or follow him, so I decided to follow him.
Integration in the East Africa already started from the grassroots, where intermarriage is on its peak and make East Africa to be as one family.
I'm called Ndaisaba Gilbert. I immigrated to Tanzania when I was still young on my mother's back. The Burundian police picked me at the border. I have separated with my children. All my properties were taken by those deported. As I don't have anything here now, I am like naked.
Niliishia huko, sijui alisoa wakapeleka wenyewe. Nilikuja tu niko kama uchi, kuja kama uchi kabisa. Niko nalimaga.
I am a farmer, as you can see me, with 2 acres of plantation. I ran because they wanted even to kill me, because if they say you are a Burundian, just run because they can kill you. The soldiers, if you don't run, you can be killed or severely beaten.
Ukisubiri kidogo tu wanakuua au wanakupika mafimbo ambayo ni ya kufa tu, ni hali moja.
People like Gilbert, who never knew how they ended up being in Tanzania, is really concerned on how harshly they were repatriated, not even knowing where they will end up living, since they only had their folks telling them stories that they came from Burundi, raising issues of land problems in Rutana, as the governor explained.
Nivyo nkuko mubivutse muri ntara ya Rutana guhera ku ikenekerezo.
Like as you said, here in Rutana, since August 9th, we received a big number of Burundians deported from Tanzania. Now, at least 13,000 have been registered only in the Giharo commune. In Bukemba commune, they are getting 2,000-3,000. Kayove are now 400, and the majority come with nothing as to their belongings. They come in bad conditions without anything. They are left poor. Others also separate with their families, while you find a woman comes alone and the husband is also deported in a different place, or even sometimes you find a husband stayed because he is a Tanzanian and vice versa. But what we did is we talked about it frequently, and we had some aid from international organizations like WFP and Red Cross. They are helping us in registering the deported ones.
Mugabo naho biruko abashika 70 kwijana ndetse mbere barenga nabo muri commune ya Giharo.
70% most in Giharo commune don't know where they come from. Only were told by their parents that they come from Giharo commune, but don't know the exact place. So it gives us a problem on how to help them, since even now the land is scarce, and others say that their land was taken by the sugar factory Susumo. So those are things we should go into and investigate. The reason behind deporting them is not known for most of them, but we managed to talk to the Tanzanian authorities and informed us they only need people with identifications. If you ask those who are repatriated, they tell us that they have the right to be in Tanzania, only that they don't know what rights the Tanzanian authority needs, since many of them were born there, others migrated during the civil war in 1972, and others left the country.
Tukafashanya n'abadukura kugira turabe abantu ukuntu bogira ubuzima.
Ansela is a mother of 4 children. He explains how she was deported.
They told me to go back and closed my house and had nowhere to go. I miss my 2 children. One is Janine and another one is Furaha, who went to visit a friend. I have spent here 2 months now, and they decided to bring us here at these schools because we had nowhere to sleep. But here the life is very hard. We sleep outside because all our property were left behind. Our bicycles, sacks of beans, our banana plantations, and many more. We came running. We didn't know if we would get here because if they catch you, we'll be beaten. Even to be killed, they are sympathetic. My children, if someone wants to bring them, can address in the Kayogo registration. That's where they know where I am.
The governor explained.
Mu bituma babirukana abaje ntavyo bamenya mugo twarashoboye kuvugana n'abarongoye Tanzania ku rubibe ku Tanzania no Burundi.
The Tanzanian authorities of Gasuru informed us there was a rise of theft in the area. That's why we deported all those without any identifications and the right to stay here. I'm telling you how we have been told, but those who want to come back, they can come in official and legal way. The same applies when they want to get back to their properties. Trans-border trade is continuing as it had been for years. Even the local authorities there, we still have a good relationship with them. Like yesterday, more than 700 were deported from Kigaji in Tanzania to Bukemba commune in Burundi. There is one I saw in Giharo commune with injuries, but haven't seen many with injuries, but they claim to have been beaten. And another thing is that they are deported with nothing other than what they are wearing. They don't even have what to cover their children. It is like they were deported in difficult circumstances, but I never heard information on whether any have been killed. There are those who settled in the school located in Bukemba. That's where we were yesterday, and we managed to give them 4 classes because there were very many, but we need to relocate them because now pupils need to go back to school.
Twariko turaraba ko tworaba ikindi kibanza bajamo kugira guhera no munsi abana bige nk'abandi bana abona turabe aho baba baraja.
Swaleh bin Isa is 60 years old, born in Tanzania. It was a surprise and a shock to see him deported, separating him with his wife and children, ending up being his first time in Burundi. He explains.
They said that every Burundian should be deported from Tanzania. I was born in Tanzania. Children from my first wife are in Karagwe, and those who stayed at home, I don't know how they are now. My second wife had 6 children. I'm with her here, but one of the children was left behind. He went to look for money. I don't know where he is now. He's 20 years old. They deported us because of the identity being a Burundian. Because they deported all Burundian, I'm a farmer, had been even the bananas plantations.
According to these overwhelming conditions, which is in Rutana, because 13,000 have already been reported to be deported and still counting, I tried to contact the ambassador of Tanzania to Burundi several times, but they couldn't pick up the phone. For only my last attempt, the answer was,
Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Moses and I'm a journalist from the National Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, last we visited Rutana, but I would like to talk to the ambassador. Is it possible?
Sorry?
I'd like to talk with the ambassador.
She's not in.
Oh. Where exactly can he be available?
Sorry?
When exactly can he be available?
I don't know.
Probably
That's for later.
like at around what time?
Sorry?
Like at around what time?
I don't know.
You don't know. So I call in the afternoon.
Try to call later. I don't know. After an hour, 2 hours, I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Questions still arise whether women and children being repatriated and some separated from their husbands and wives will ever meet again. In most cases, we found out there was integration through the intermarriage between the citizens of the partner states, where most of them were left devastated and stranded. Others felt like they are isolated. I managed to meet the Burundian Minister of East African Community, Leontine Nzeyimana. She explains how the situation is.
He told me that there were cases of theft and robbery in those areas, and then they decided to investigate, to see those people who are not in regular, who do not have papers to stay in Tanzania. And then they found out that there were so many people who were there with no permit of staying in Tanzania, and then they were kicked out. Unfortunately, there were so many Burundian, and I even told him that they were brutally treated, and then he expressed his sympathy with the way they were mistreated, but it was a plan to find out those people who perpetrate robbery and theft in those areas.
Has they already found those people who are concerned, the perpetrators of those actions already?
Yeah, they said that there are so many people who were found out and they were taken to prison. But unfortunately, our people from Burundi who were somehow calm, unfortunately, they did not have the permit to stay there, were kicked out.
And do they have estimated time when those Burundians can go back to their normal lives?
I really don't know, because he promised to visit the areas together with me. He promised that he would come and we identify those people. For example, there are women who were kicked out and who left their children and husband there. They had their lives there, so he promised to come and make a joint meeting and joint visit in those areas, and maybe after that meeting we will come up with a proposal to how to handle those people.
You know, the problem is how long is it going to take? Because these people out there, they are suffering. They are saying that actually they are not living in the good conditions. They have left their properties there. How can you lobby it so that it can be as quick as possible?
We are trying on a daily basis. We are trying, and they keep telling us they will make a visit. And even now at the end of this week, I will go to Arusha for a council of minister meeting. I think I will reiterate the same request to the minister.
Not only integration is market-driven, but the citizens marry each other, and this may be the cornerstone on realizing the true East African integration and identity as one people with one destiny. It has been Moses for today's No to Know program. Catch me next week on the same day and time. Bye for now.
Mama wari Mama wari
Hari Gitega.
Gitega? Papa?
Hari
Ngaho urahazi? Ngaho urahazi ngaha? Ni henda?
I
Burundi?
Wabaye.
Burundi wawe?
Nani ngasi Burundi?
Ni ngaho Burundi.